I'm Jen Panettone, and I have a small boutique marketing agency called Good Stuff Marketing Co. My first tattoo was the blue heron on my arm. He is kind of what set the stage for, I think, the rest of the design. And the blue heron showed up in my life at multiple times, but it primarily reminds me of the beginning of my relationship with my husband. We once shared a bottle of blue heron wine on the shores of Lake Michigan, and we wrote a note to each other in that bottle. We put it in the bottle, we threw it into Lake Michigan, and that was a blue heron wine bottle. And so when I look at this tattoo, I remember, those budding moments of our relationship, and brings me back to those times. So. But the blue heron, and then the other was the lunar moth, which represents my reconnection with myself through nature. I liked going with this Art Deco theme because I feel like it's a style that really resonates with me. And then we've added other floral motifs to fill in, and each one of these flowers represent my children, their birth months, and so I feel like my family is represented on my arm through nature, which I love. Art Deco styling is just something that I've always gravitated to. I like the lines of it, and when I was researching a tattoo artist that I knew could really bring my tattoos into this Art Deco look is when I found Sarah online, because I saw her work and I felt like she really got that Art Deco style that sung to my heart so much, and so she really came through with the designs, and you can definitely see the Art Deco theme shining through. I think I've just been inspired by architecture around Chicagoland, especially when it comes to nature. When you go to the Lincoln Park Zoo, it was that era of like the naturalist movement, and it's Art Deco type styling. So I think that in general is what inspired a lot of my love for that look. Sarah has been my only tattoo artist so far, but I've spent many hours in her chair, and when I walked into Bones and Blossoms, I felt very comfortable, and the artwork on the walls, the vibrant colors, it just felt so cozy and very feminine forward. And so that made me feel really at ease in her chair. And there's a lot of beautiful things to look at and be inspired by in the studio to make you want to come back. I was looking for a particular artist that was a woman and did a lot of botanical work, and that's when I found Sarah's portfolio online. It's also very important to me to support women-owned businesses. It's what I do for a living, and so it was important for me to patronize a woman-owned tattoo parlor, and Sarah's work and the fact that she owned the tattoo parlor made me decide that this was the place to go. I'm 45, and I spent my entire life without any tattoos, and so I really wanted to make sure that the tattoo artist that I was going to trust was going to align with what I wanted on my body for eternity, right? So I knew right away after seeing Sarah's work on social media that I really liked her eye, but when I came into the studio and I saw just how welcoming and Bones and Blossoms isn't like a lot of other tattoo parlors that I've passed on the street or I've visited before. It's very inclusive, it's very comfortable, it's more spa-like than tattoo parlor in a way. And so that really resonated with me, and it made me realize that this was the right place for my first tattoo. It's kind of like, once you open that portal or doorway, you're like, this is me now. Each one of these these pieces are kind of like a moment in my life that I want to just kind of memorialize, I think. And it's been, I think, a coming into knowing who I am, which for years, I could never determine, like, oh, I can never find anything that I want on my body for the rest of my life. But then as I became more secure in who I am, I'm like, yes, now is the time, because now there's these parts of my life that now stick out as these kind of watershed moments, I guess, that have developed the person who I've become, I guess.